Hi, I'm Anna. I'm a compulsive overeater and very grateful to be abstinent and able to do service today. I've been asked to talk about Lifeline, but first, let me just qualify. I came into OA the day after Thanksgiving in 1980, pigged out for a week, and then came back. And someone offered to be my sponsor, and I've never overeaten since, and that was December 8th, 1980. And I am very grateful for every day. I do not ever take it for granted. And actually, Lifeline's been a big part of my recovery. The first month of my recovery in being abstinent and starting to work the steps, my sponsor gave me questions. The first month or so was the first 3 steps, and there was a question and writing every day. And about the second week, she said, okay, now send that into Lifeline. Whoa, how do you do that? And why would I do that? And what's that mean? That would have been just about the beginning of the year 1981. In those days, we wrote them out by hand. And I had it written in my journal, and then I copied it out by hand. And she helped me figure out what the address was, and I posted it. And often she would say, okay, send that to Lifeline. I just did whatever she said. I'd write it out and send it off to the editor. In that first month, probably the first 2 weeks that I was in program, it's just one of those little tools that helps you be abstinent one more day. And I'm willing to try anything that'll help me be abstinent one more day. So I started writing probably about 2-3 weeks into the program. Often in those next 2-3 weeks, I was often sending something in. It helped me stay abstinent. I have continued to write regularly for Lifeline. I lived without a telephone for 6 years in a very remote rural area in southern Africa and depended upon written things. And Lifeline came every month. There weren't meetings, so I would have a little meeting all by my lonesome and Lifeline. And I would read Lifeline, and then my share would be writing for Lifeline. I would just write on a topic, write on a step. Often the Lifeline would say, we need articles on. By the time I got it, the deadline was long gone, and I realized, who cares? They gave me a topic, I'm writing it. If they don't want it, that's really none of my business. My recovery depends upon writing these articles. And the concept of service. Maybe one will read them one day, maybe not. There was no immediate gratification writing. Maybe years later, the article might be used, or maybe it was never used. But the wonderful thing was, it was keeping me abstinent. Everyone I sponsor, in that first month that I'm sponsoring, I'm saying, send that into Lifelines. So they were regularly sending things into Lifeline. And by the time they're abstinent and work the 3rd step in the first 4-6 weeks, they're already regular contributors. So it's just like a share at a meeting. It's just like me here. This is going to help me be abstinent. Using the concept of writing and sharing writing is just paramount. I'm constantly writing and then reading out loud to my sponsor. That's how I use writing. I don't just stop with writing it, because then I won't have heard it. I won't learn anything from my writing. But if I read it out loud to somebody and am open to getting feedback as well, then that writing grows exponentially. If my sponsor then says, share that writing with other people, again, it grows exponentially, and someone else might hear something from it that helps them. Or me, 5 years later, might read it and go, wow, that's interesting. What is available is the opportunity to write and share recovery. So I'm really excited about whatever is going to be available. I will be sending things in. And I hope all of you do too, because I love to read what people have written. I want to read your stories because they'll help me stay abstinent one more day. Thanks.